to read you this issue language. I'll show it to you, actually.
Yeah.
This was what was actually on my ballot. I was like, what in the world? So it's an anti-gerrymandering amendment proposal to the Ohio Constitution, okay? But look at this language. This proposed amendment would repeal constitutional protections against gerrymandering approved by nearly 3/4 of Ohio electors participating in statewide elections of 2015 and 2018, and eliminate the longstanding ability of Ohio citizens to hold their representatives accountable for establishing fair legislative and congressional districts. That was on our ballot, and it goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
But does that seem like the most biased and divisive language?
It does sound really biased.
Heard?
It's like, yeah, you're repealing the ability to make things fair.
Yeah. Would you vote to support taking away the rights of Ohioans who voted for this by nearly 3/4? Like, nearly 3/4. This is on a freaking,
Yeah,
So.
I wish I had the one that was for here. It was crazy shit like that. But the way that they worded things was just like, do you want to promote the ability to kill puppies at any point in the street with shotguns in front of children?
Because that's what this will do.
I'm like, what? Like, why do we want to do that? I don't know. It seems like everything's fucked up. like...
All right. Well, I guess that's our message for you today, dear listener. Kalen, in case you're wondering, is under the weather, so not in your happiest state of mind, but maybe this is going to be our title for this episode. Everything is fucked up. And with that, you know what? Let us cue the music. You are listening to Robert and Kalen Get Rich, Everything is Fucked Up, episode number 28. Today is election day in the United States. We have stood in line and done our constitutional duty, at least one of us. The other one has not. She is a bad person.
I'm a bad American.
50%? Yeah, we're a representative of the population as a whole, which is like 63% voted or something like that. In case you forgot which day was election day, it was Tuesday, November 5th, 2024. My name is Robert Kimmel. I'm your host on this adventure through nonsense. And this is my co-host all the way now back in Houston, Texas, Kalyn Kimmel.
Yep.
You know what we do is we talk about things being nonsense and fucked up and elections and whatever else, but there's just one thing we never do.
We do not provide financial or investment advice. 1%
better every episode. The level of professionalism we've reached on this podcast is just incredible.
Look, we're here. Like, I think that is 1% better. I would have normally called in sick, but I didn't.
She's doing this for you, listeners.
It's for you guys. This is for you.
So listen, do this for us. Hit that thumbs up button.
Subscribe.
Hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment.
Yeah.
Send us a message. Send us an email. robertandkalengetrich@gmail.com. Kalen is Kalyn.
That's right.
You are a trooper. And I thought when you said we're here, I thought you were meaning we made it to episode 28.
We did.
That's pretty good. I don't know what you thought when we sat down in front of my computer with a crappy microphone and recorded episode 1. Did you think we'd make it to episip 28?
I don't know. I didn't really. No, I don't know.
Just try not to think about it too hard. That's our motto. If you think about it too hard. That's how we do investing too.
Yes,
try not to think about it too hard.
If it feels good, go with it. If not, then go back to sleep.
I'm telling you, folks, this is absolutely not investment advice. Also, that describes in a nutshell how Kalen feels about interviews for jobs. If you feel like it, go back to sleep.
Go back to bed. That's how I feel about life in general.
And jobs. No wonder you've had 25 jobs and you're perfectly happy not having one. I didn't mean that as a criticism. This is actually, I quite admire this. Is this a new thing, getting sick all the time?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's also just depression. I think that's a lot of it. My schedule is not regular enough, so then I don't get the sleep I need, or I get too much sleep or something. I don't know. So something goes wrong. Shit's all fucked up. It's just all fucked up.
How many comedians? How many of them do you think suffer from depression they
say a lot.
Even depressions? Yeah.
I mean,
maybe that's even the thing that fuels their comedic ability.
That's right. And there's definitely a lot of substance abuse or alcoholism and stuff like that.
If you have that depression, because to succeed at stand-up or any art, right, your amount of grit and perseverance has just got to be off the charts. And you're going to have so many bad nights.
Right.
If you're a big-time rock band, if you're the Rolling Stones, you've been doing this for 50 years, I don't know what they do, because I would think it's just such a grind at this point.
Right.
Like, we got to play fucking Satisfaction again.
Oh my God. I think about, especially like less Rolling Stones, but more like one-hit wonder type bands. I bet you're just like, I fucking wish I'd never written this goddamn song.
Like the Baha Men. who let the dogs out.
Oh God. I didn't know that.
They won a Grammy.
I mean, Dad still sings that song all the fucking time. He's like, wait, who did this? He's like, who let the dogs out? Who? He loves it. Loves it. And I'm like, kill me, please. Please. I want death. Like, God.
So, Baha Men, I want to tell you, you made one man's life.
Oh my God. Yeah, you ruined his family's life. You've ruined the rest of our lives. But yeah, his life is definitely better because of you. I think that you're just like, man, nobody even comes to your show to see anything else. It's the only song they know. That's the only one they want to hear. You know, like the whole time you're like, yeah, listen to all this other stuff that I wrote. And they're like, fucking, I don't care. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, get a drink, whatever. But as soon as that song comes on, everybody's singing it back. I don't know. I bet they must want to die. What I think would be even worse if I was on Broadway as an actor in Oklahoma, say, and I have to sing Oklahoma and dance to Oklahoma every fucking night of the week for like 5 years. Fucking kill me. I don't understand who wants to do that. I could see wanting to be in a movie or whatever, like where you're doing it once, you know, maybe you got like 20 takes of it, but like you're doing it one time. But no, I play fucking Maria and West Side Story every single night for 5 years, whatever.
Our cousin Elizabeth Kimmel made it. She was in like the My Little Pony show.
Who's Elizabeth Kimmel?
Elizabeth Kimmel is your second cousin. Well, they lived in Minnesota, and we met them in Minnesota.
Right.
And, which is what, when you're a Kimmel, you have to like live near them, or else you might.
We'll never see each other again.
Like the family reunion thing, you're not going to see the Kimmels printing T-shirts and renting out the Hilton.
I mean, yeah, because we'll have like one room taken.
We got adjacent rooms at the Hilton. We can open this door.
Yeah, it's so fun. It's so fun. You like knock twice if his coast is clear. Like.
Here's the agenda. 9 a.m. we go to your room and we hang out and watch TV.
Yeah,
10
a.m.
we come to our room.
That's right. And then we're gonna
11 a.m. we go to the pool.
That's right. Yeah. It's awesome.
Maybe we should get down to the serious business of this podcast. Look at our investment portfolio.
Yeah.
It's a solid day on Wall Street. S&P's up 1%, so that's going to be tough to beat.
Hey, we're in the green.
And we're up 2% today, which puts us, back in the green. This has just been an absolutely miserable time for our portfolio. Oh, yeah. You want election predictors? Here's one. Fannie Mae down 5% today. That is a bad sign for Mr. Trump.
Yeah.
Look at this one. Reddit.
Yeah.
Up 8.5%. Up 78%
God
since we invested in it.
Like, I knew Reddit was a good investment. I should have bought that. I don't think I did buy it for real.
No. But
even
you had to hold on to it.
That's my bread and butter. That's what I do, Robert. Like,
you had to survive being down like 25%, you know?
Yeah. But see, that's why I'm not worried about these other things. Like
Chicken Soup for the Soul Enterprises, I promise you, they are not coming back from the dead.
Yeah. Wow, look at that chart.
Look at this stock chart for today.
Today,
11%?
yeah. What did Reddit do today?
Oh, they announced they're doing something with AI, and it goes through the roof. It's just that simple. That's like the .com bubble. Like, you just look at this, up 48% in the last 5 days.
Wow. So are we beating the market?
You know what the answer? The answer, Kalen, is I don't know. The old transactions are up a total of 8%.
Oh, that's not that good.
Today.
Well, the most important thing is if we're beating our friends. And I got a feeling we are kicking their ass, because we have been recently.
Their feeling is right. They're down.
They're up a little today, but man.
Yeah. Pulte Homes is rallying today. And Starbucks just turned green for the day, but both of these have been abysmal, especially Pulte. All right, listen. Let's stop talking about this stock bullshit.
Okay.
I have way, way more important things to talk about. Think about the most important thing for this podcast right here.
Gummy bear. Oh.
Voodoo.
Oh! We can find out what flavor it was. Have they announced
Mountain
it out
Dew
loud?
mystery flavor announced. What day did they announce it? Halloween, right?
Okay.
On October 31st, 2024, the official Mountain Dew Twitter account unveiled Voodoo's mystery flavor to be pink fruit candy.
What?
That's pretty anticlimactic, isn't it?
What does pink fruit candy mean? Like a pink starburst?
Compare it to a pink starburst, says the admins, and you'll understand. Didn't you say they had partnered with a major brand or something?
I thought that's what they said.
Didn't partner with Pink Fruit Candy.
Yeah, unless that's a brand of candy I do not know. You can't even say strawberry. Isn't that what pink fruit flavored things are supposed to be? Yes. I don't know. I mean,
which fruit exactly are you talking
just
about?
Any pink fruit. Mountain Dew.
I don't know.
They're so disappointing.
Well, I have an idea for who they could partner with next.
The giant gummy bear guy?
No, you're dying to do this gummy bear.
Yeah, because I don't have to do it this time. I'm just like, get to watch you do it.
All right, fine. Let's do the... Mountain Dew, you should partner with this guy. Mr. Gummy Bear, or what is it called? Gummy Bear guy.
World's largest gummy bear.
All right, let's see where we're at.
So we just broken below 4 pounds when I left. So I expect you to be cranking your way down to 3 pounds before I get back there in a couple weeks.
I will certainly do my best. All right, I think I'm in grams. Hang on.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, this must be 3 pounds, 12 ounces. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, it sure does. Right. Sounds exactly right.
So that's 12 ounces is 3 3/4. We made this homemade pasta, and as usual, man, nothing beats homemade pasta. It was delicious.
Delicioso.
But it was one of these recipes. This happens with some regularity where the ingredients, flour, eggs, okay? Then you get down there and it's like,
add the butter.
Add the flour. Yeah, exactly. And you're like, it was water in this case, but you're like, you didn't tell me what water. Plus the whole thing is like, if it's too wet, do this. If it's too dry, do that. And you're like, how do you know if it's too wet or too dry? I never made this shit before. Okay, it seems like I've done the impossible. I think this is operator error for sure. There might have been something with the tear because I'm now down to 3 pounds, 12.6 ounces. So that would be... But I just like... I don't know. Am I flat? Maybe I'm not.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's the hangy-offy bit that's fucking you up. I'm telling you.
Hangy down.
Yeah, the hangy-offy part. You guys are so convinced. So convinced that it was going to be just the right thing. And look at this. I'm glad you're having this experience, Robert.
Conservation of mass be damned. Like, every time I touch it, it adds. I mean, I'm at 313 too. You know? I think we got.
Now you're at 13 too?
Yeah. We've got clearly what we have to do is not lose the forest for the trees here. We have to like focus on.
Yeah, you got to stop weighing it though, because the weight keeps going up, and I hope that the gummy bear eventually will go down to 0.
Yes. It is good though, man.
It is a good gummy bear for sure. And even though we've been working on this thing for some time now, obviously, but like it's still a good, like the texture is real good. Hasn't gotten hard or anything. Probably gonna, give everybody some viral plague, but
do you happen to remember last episode that we had this open question about the economics of 5 pound gummy bear? Like maybe it makes more sense to buy them 5 pounds at a time than to buy. All right. So the answer is no, not close. Here is your classic Haribo. I don't know Haribo. I don't know. It's German, right? No, there's no
I
rolling
think
the
so.
R's in German.
Haribo. Yeah.
So 28.8 ounce bag, which
it's $5.
Almost 2 pounds. It's $5. Yeah. So you could get 5 pounds of gummy bear for like
$10 around there.
$12, 15 maybe. Yeah.
Like, which that's a little less than what the 5 pound gummy bear costs. But
I think 5 pound gummy bear was the better part of $50.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, but I think it's well worth it.
I think Gummy Bear guy is crushed. No wonder he turned around his candy shop, man. He's instead of selling $5 a $2.50 a pound gummy bears, he's selling $10 a pound gummy bears. My God.
Well, so is the like 200, but not 200. 25-pound gummy bear, 200-pound gummy bear. Jesus.
The 26-pound gummy bear from VAT 19 is $149.99.
Wow, that's a lot of money for a gummy bear.
Wow. What a gummy bear.
Wow, what a gummy bear. I saw it and I thought, wow, that's a lot of gummy bear.
Maybe if Trump loses, maybe if you win or lose, we should send him either a consolation gummy bear or a celebratory 26-pound gummy bear. Trump, I feel like, could take down a 26-pound gummy bear. I don't know. I think that boy knows how to eat. He's got a big frame, but I think he's carrying a lot of weight around. So
that's true. Yeah. You could always enjoy it with Melania and Barron or whatever their kid is named.
I have so much to cover from last podcast. We may never get to new material, but where I was going to segue from, instead of Gummy Bear partnering with Mountain Dew, it was Dippin Dots.
Oh.
Just in case you're wondering, Dippin Dots has been around for more than 30 years.
Yeah.
A microbiologist started it. They started franchising. They have more than 100 stores.
Yeah.
In the past 24 years. So they're not exactly crushing it, adding stores. But, I want my Dippin' Dots. We should have listened to that. And that's probably as good as Who Let the Dogs Out. And we all remember Frazetti the Yeti. But anyway.
Yeah, that is fun.
They've done it all, man. You got to take your hats off to Dippin' Dots. They found their ways to get around.
I bet they did. They just said something about Japan. I bet they did do pretty well in Japan. This seems like the kind of thing the Japanese would be about. You know, like sort of weird, not necessarily tasting very good, but like unique.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Now, your next question, I'm sure. The reason I looked this up, you remember the whole thing about company values at Dippin' Dots, which is now our most popular TikTok.
Oh, somehow. Is it?
I think, or the other one. It's one of our top two.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out the company values or whatever. This was like the closest thing, They're on this agricultural thing. They're kosher dairy. They contribute to St. Jude's research.
This is not the kind of stuff, though, that we were talking about. Where we're about integrity and, all companies do this kind of.
Right. So I was like, all right, we obviously got to go to the parent company, right?
Right. Anyway.
And these are by far and away their most famous brands, these three, Super Pretzel Icy. Because you come down, Slush Puppy, you come down here and you're like,
Philadelphia
Dogsters.
Swirl.
My Hola Churros and Luigi's Real. I don't see anything about,
Diversity, equity, inclusion initiative. Oh, that's just initiatives.
Nah, but
this website sucks. Right. I think we need to write him a letter. It's like, what is your company about? That's what I need to know.
I don't think it really impacts how many churros they sell. So of course, JJSF is publicly traded, so I had to go look that up.
Yeah. Well, look, they're up a little bit today.
This is the Trump bump right here, man. People are like, Trump's going to get voted in. We need more snack foods.
Get the snacks going.
Yeah, if you look further back, pretty flat.
What the heck happened there from like February to May?
Released.
February to May.
Earnings release. They crushed. Oh, back there? I don't know.
I mean, it dropped down.
Earnings surprise, 33% below estimate. That was a rough earnings.
And then
we surprised with a plus 37. Wow, that's.
They're like, we're not very good with the financial stuff. Like, we don't really know what we're gonna, like.
But if you're the homeboy who started this thing, or you bought it at IPO, like you forgot to do with Reddit,
right,
look at this. 3,800% return.
I'm telling you.
I don't even know what happened.
But that's a long time ago.
I don't even know. I can't even.
Well, I have no idea when that was.
You're just gonna declare it to be a long time ago. It was. It was more than 5 years ago. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Once again, Yahoo Finance is letting me down.
Yeah, Yahoo Finance. What the fuck? Yahoo Finance needs to really get their shit together. I don't know. Yeah. It seems like a problem.
Gotta write them a letter
week.
too.
Yeah, they need a letter. It's like every week we've complained about them. Yeah. That's interesting. Well, it has to have been a long time ago, because if 5 years ago we're down 11% on this wild ride, but all time we're up 3,000%. If it was like 6 years ago, then like, man, you know,
the best year ever.
You know,
one other thing from last podcast, dating Frenchmen. So I told you this is now one of our most popular TikToks ever, right? Your horrid date experience. With 29 likes, and I don't know how to see how many views.
No,
but
why does it say I went on two? That's somebody else's comment.
Yeah.
Oh,
this person went on 2 dates with 2 different French guys and got the same spiel.
Wow.
As that you did.
Man.
So
what the fuck with these fucking French dudes? And why do we have this like idea that they're so romantic and shit? Like, oh, mais oui, like, let me eat this baguette and smoke a cigarette, and then I'll tell you how much your country sucks. Like, what is that? I'm done with the French.
Know. But it definitely raised the question in my mind. You remember that second time you went on the date with the guy?
Yeah.
He didn't think you had been on a date. I'm thinking like, maybe not. Maybe this is just how all French guys go on these first dates.
Like, it was an identical first date. Identical. I had to like go search through my old records and shit, but he also had the same name, as it turns out. So
Pierre.
Yeah. Jean-Louis.
Jacques.
Jacques Cousteau. That was him. And
I was dating Jacques Cousteau for one date.
Yeah.
You think
and
you think Jacques Cousteau goes down in a submarine and he's like, this marine life is nice, but in France,
mais oui,
so much...
the French sea life is so much more, how you say, beautiful than the stupid American, whatever.
American. Marie, lift the periscope if you can get around in your fat ass.
That was one thing that, like, he was like, oh, you'd blend in with the French women, and I was like, I don't know why you think this is such a compliment. I don't give a shit. Like, you were acting like this is the highest praise I can give you, is that you look like you're a French woman. I'm like, great, fuck off, go back to fucking France. I don't know, I have no time for it. But
yeah,
that's
maybe the answer to who digs this stuff is maybe French women are really into the French dudes just
I'm sure
shredding them.
Right. Like, some girl who's a Francophile is like, that's who this is for, and that's it. Yeah. Like, if you're not French...
Or this is just like the... Yeah. Or like, there's this... I don't know, you know more about this than I do, but there's this weird psychological thing with some women where if you tear them down, they're all the more attracted
the like
to you,
nagging
right?
thing, right? Where people want to
nagging.
Yeah.
So maybe the whole of France, the female population, just freaking loves to be nagged. So this strategy of just trashing them on the first date and their city and their whatever.
Yeah. I remember after the first date with that guy, he was like very disappointed I didn't want to go out with him on a second date, and I was like, why? Like, actually both times he was like, I don't know why you don't want to go out again, and I'm like, are you serious? Like, first of all, you just told me I was fat on round one, like, more or less. Yeah. And then on the second date, I was like, we've definitely done this before. And you're like, nah, we haven't. Let's go out again. And I'm like, pass. I'm all set. Mm-hmm. Like, the other guy was like, the other guy that I went on the 2 first dates with, he actually knew, apparently, on the second first date that we had gone on a first date before, but he thought that it was some like thing that I wanted to do to like pretend that we hadn't been out before. So we had like great like banter on texting and stuff, but like we got in person and he was just really awkward. Like, okay, you're making me nervous because you're so nervous. Like, I don't know. This is not like the chill vibe that I'm looking for. Like, but he seemed like a nice guy. So I'd like politely bowed out of that. I have nothing bad to say about him. He just seemed like a very kind of socially awkward guy. So then when I went out to begin, same story. You know, we're like and texting, and then we get together, and I'm like, man, this is so weird. And like, so one of my friends at the time was like, oh, you've gone out with him before. You knew that, right? And I was like, she knew before I'd gone on the second date too. And she also thought that I just like wanted to have this pretend thing that we hadn't gone out. And I'm like, what? Like,
we're role playing a first date.
And like, you as my friend, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go out with John this weekend. You're like, oh, I remember John. You're like, I've never seen him before. John? You're like, okay, we'll play this game, Kalen. Like, you're just wanting to play, I guess. Like, I don't know. It's like, I don't even get it at all. Like, why would I, with my girlfriend who knew me at both times, be like, shit, Kalen's just messing around, like, just doing this first date thing for fun, whatever. And the guy's like, yeah, after we got on that second first date, he was like, did you want to go out again? And it was like, oh, no. I actually realized we'd gone out before. And he's like, yeah, I knew that the whole time. And I was like, okay, you could have told me that. Like,
thought of this person who like likes to role play first dates, like just pretend to be on first like here is quite possibly the most awkward thing in humanity is a first date.
And so this guy is already an awkward dude. Like, so it's like, I'm like, if you're just looking for practice, I mean, I don't know. Like,
I mean, listen, if you're Andre and I, you're a married couple for 20 years and you want to have a secret rendezvous first date,
Yeah.
I mean, that's something. But the girl who's just like, yeah, I know we've already been on one first date, but what I really, really want,
I want to do that first date again, the whole first date experience. Like, where'd you grow? Where you grow up? Tell me about your job. Like, let's have the most boring conversation. Like really grasping and trying to connect in any way. Like, I don't know.
Or you'd be like, this girl is a goldfish. Like, meeting new friends in the goldfish bowl. Every circulation.
Right.
Like,
it's so strange to me that like he thought that I was doing this intentionally and he wasn't going to say anything about it. And also my friend thought that I was doing this intentionally and just wasn't saying anything about it. I was like, no, I'm just too dumb to recognize people, I guess. But like, I'm definitely not intentionally like, I'm going to make him think that like I want to go on a second first date. I mean, this is like 8 years later or something. Like a long time has passed. Like a lot of time has passed. Like, because I just genuinely did not recognize, because I've gone on 1,000 first dates since then. This is the same story with the French guy. Like, I don't know. But
this cat was going to sit through this whole first date.
He did sit through. He did.
He wasn't even, he's like, I'm just going to play along.
Right.
I'm never going to be,
He's like, okay, I guess so. Seriously.
People are strange.
Indeed.
What are you gonna do? We got a couple of options here at this point.
Well, should we go through the alphabet or like?
Yes. Love it. Let's do that.
Yeah. Okay. M is in Mary.
It's not Motorola.
No. Macy's. It's Macy's.
Wow, the retail. Macy's. Let me see if I can get it. Give me a hint.
Macy's, not JCPenney's. Yeah.
All right, Macy's. Macy's is one of the 24 single letter stocks. Fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
N is available.
Wow, I can't believe it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm gonna check myself while you make guesses that are gonna be wrong. I don't know if I believe this. Yeah.
My mind just goes to a total blank with any with anything that we.
Yeah. Okay.
Omega, Omicron.
So it's for Realty Income Corp.
Oh.
So yeah, I don't know how that happened, but yeah. Realty Income.
Yeah, what is the thought process behind
did they get O? Yeah, I don't know.
If you're Realty Income Corp,
right,
you're just like,
they're like, we're waiting for that R to become available, and then we're switching over. But like, I don't know.
Why did we pick O instead of N or
I? Yeah. So then P.
Pepsi.
No.
Damn. PepsiCo.
No.
Something to do with Pep or Pepsi. Pep Boys.
To do with Pan
pipes.
Dora.
Pens. Big pens. Pandora.
Pandora. Yeah.
I wonder what Pepsi is. I should know that. Probably PSPI or something. Pep or something.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
Pepsi.
Pep Boys.
It's Pep.
Yeah.
No, it's Pep. I don't know what PEP is. Pepsi.
All right.
Okay, Q. I don't even know how to say this.
Queensryche, the band.
The Queensryche. Yes. How'd you get that? That was so good. No, it's IQVIA. IQVIA.
Ikvia, yes.
So, yeah, IQVIA Holdings, Inc. But it's kind of, yeah. Let's see what they're about.
I somehow had this perception that you should be a really big company to take one of these letters, but I guess there's no reason.
Oh, they've changed to a new stock ticker.
Oh.
Now they're IQV. So now I guess Q is available.
Q's back to being available. I told you it was last time. I guessed
know.
that.
Yeah,
I guessed about 10 of them.
Okay. I'll give you credit for Q. All right. R.
Randall's, the grocery store chain.
No. Rider Systems.
Oh, the rental trucks. And
I guess so.
Is it RYDER?
Yes, RYDER.
Okay.
Yeah. Then you should know S because I think we invested in it.
I should know S because we invested in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sentinel-1.
Oh, I don't think we invested in it.
Or maybe we didn't invest in it, but I definitely did, but
you've done well in that too, I think, right? Hasn't Sentinel-1 crushed it?
I don't know.
I mean, big time.
There's cybersecurity stuff. Doesn't look like they've crushed it. Down.
Oh, really?
Down a little bit to year to date. Yeah. So,
it's all fucked up.
I think you know T.
Tesla.
No. It starts with a different letter, but it has two T's in it.
Attack.
Close. Get rid of that past the second T and then add an ampersand.
AT&T?
That's it. You're so close with attack.
I'm pretty sure, yes. I'm pretty sure their call sign used to be ATT, but all right.
Well, not anymore.
Nope. Yeah. Yes, that is AT&T, sure enough.
Uh-huh.
So says Yahoo Finance.
I just said
I
said the wrong thing.
I
hope you didn't hear me. Okay.
Which part did you say the wrong thing?
I just said the name of the company instead of saying the letter. Oops.
I did miss it, which is a shame. Because I would love to just be able to fire it off right now. Universal Studios.
Nope. Unity Software.
Unity Software.
I don't know I don't know who they are. V. I own V.
Venmo.
Nope. But close. Good thinking.
No. It's the oil company, isn't it?
No.
Velcro.
No. Velcro. That's I think made by 3M. I'm pretty sure Velcro is Visa.
Oh,
everywhere
Visa,
you want to be.
Yeah. Valero is what I was thinking with the oil fields company.
Yeah. No. When you said Venmo, I was like, you're right industry and everything. Good job.
Yeah.
Okay. So W.
Cash App.
W. I don't think you're gonna.
Westinghouse.
No, it's Wayfair.
No, Toaster. Wayfair, the guys who made our gazebo.
Oh, is that who made your gazebo?
Or at least sold the gazebo. Yeah, that's why it didn't go together very well.
Mm-hmm.
It was made by by some vendor to
Right.
Wayfair.
Yeah. Then X. This is a surprise for me.
Oh, not Xerox?
No. This is I think this is the Rockefellers, or maybe it's the other. It's one of those. One of those families.
Charter Steel, SO.
U.S. Steel. U.S. Steel Corp.
Oh, I actually think I knew that.
Yeah. This one I don't. Y.
Yeti.
That's right.
Rossetti the Yeti.
No.
Rossetti the Yeti.
Yeah, no,
Why?
this one I don't know
Yahoo?
how. I'm not sure how you would get this one, really. Yeah, Allegheny Corporation.
Allegheny. They do mineral. They do mining, I think, in the Allegheny.
I don't know what they do.
I think. Yeah, well, we'll find out when we get to Y if we haven't burnt out on this letter thing.
Yeah.
By then.
And then Z. I think you'll know this one.
Zenith, the makers of TVs that went out of business 30 years ago.
No. It's a website you've used before.
Zoom.
Or your wife has when looking at places in Florida and stuff.
Oh, Zillow.
Yes.
Whoa, good clues. Zillow pulled down one of the top 25.
Yeah, that's right.
Single letters. Well, all right. Well, this fits in beautifully with that. I mean, I'm sure everyone recalls from listening to last episode, the A was for Agilent.
Yeah.
Right? And what Agilent does is all kinds of stuff.
Right.
All kinds of stuff. There they are. They do this stuff.
Wow.
I think what it is really like laboratory and testing equipment.
Right.
You know?
Right.
A couple of them caught my eye. Maybe it was applications in industry. They've got cannabis and hemp testing.
Okay.
They've got, I know one of their thing was they do CRISPR.
Oh, yeah.
What exactly they do in CRISPR. They accelerate your CRISPR researching with solutions
interesting.
Synthesized. Didn't you send me the CRISPR documentary to watch?
Probably.
They basically solved not carpal tunnel. Damn it. What's the one that African Americans frequently get with the blood?
You're talking about sickle cell?
Sickle cell, yeah, carpal tunnel, sickle cell. It's about the same.
Like, ow, my wrist. Oh, that's the blood.
Oh, I died. My kid died. Pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Anyway, they basically like cured sickle cell through CRISPR, and then.
Wow.
You know what? I know who it was. It was Justin Strickland sent me that to watch, and he said the first half you'll be like, this is the most amazing thing, and then the second half you'll be like, no, we can't do it.
Yeah.
And I watched the whole thing, and the second half was like, well, actually, did you know that sickle cell, if you have the recessive sickle cell gene, it's actually helpful in fighting malaria.
Mm-hmm.
It only becomes a problem when you get the two recessives or whatever the heck it is, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're arguing that we shouldn't forward,
we shouldn't get rid of sickle cell because of malaria. I definitely watched this same documentary that like one guy was like talking about doing something with mosquitoes. Like mosquitoes would only lay male mosquitoes, and you only get bit by female mosquitoes, so it would die off very quickly, right? And so certainly in like places where like Ebola is a big concern and stuff, like this would potentially be quite life-saving, but there's also some downstream implications, and they were very worried about all of those things. Bats
and birds and some other things that like you wipe out a mosquito species, that these bats and birds are going to be far the worse off. But I don't know. We seem perfectly happy to drive walruses into extinction or some shit. So
yeah, we have got like people guarding the last of the white rhinos, like because like we cannot stop fucking killing them, and so they have to have 24-hour guards around these fucking white rhinos that are dying.
All because these Japanese guys want to get horny or something.
I think it's Chinese, but yeah.
Chinese.
Yeah, they're like, oh, the tusk of the white rhino. That's
gives
good
you
for
an
virility.
incredible erection.
Amazing for virility, yeah. So.
We should get these guys hooked on Dippin Dots. You have no idea.
That's the next step, Dippin Dots. Okay, step 1, get the eye ticker, Dippin Dots. Step 2, go to China, promote yourself as giving good erections. You're going to blow up. You take over the world.
This is the stuff we give away for free.
Yeah.
Like imagine if you paid us for advice.
I mean, the world is your oyster or your Dippin Dot. Your Dippin Dot, really. But yeah.
I got a feeling if you're the guy, there was the backstory behind that J&J was like this guy, I don't know. Oh, he bought a pretzel company out of bankruptcy. He like went to auction, bought this pretzel company. Now he's got this NASDAQ listed J&J company with all his brands. It's returned 3,800% since IPO, which before IPO it returned a bit.
Right.
Like I think that dude, the world is already his oyster. If I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But, hey, but you know what? Rich people want more money. So listen, guy,
We're here for you. Very reasonably.
China.
Yeah, we're very reasonable for our consulting fees.
So, Agilent, let's pretend we went to the investor presentation from Q3 2024, right? Well, the first thing you notice is like revenue's down 5.5%. The core revenue's down 4.4%. The operating margin's down 190. Yeah, earnings per share down 8%.
Right.
Yeah, pharma and academic and government and chemicals way down. All right, so how about our forecast? Here's our guidance. Low end of our guidance is we're going to be down 5%.
Yeah.
For
high
the
end
year, and
down 4. They're feeling very bearish about this. We'll only be down 4.3% though, guys. Let me tell you.
Yeah, this is what I said. Our most optimistic. So remember when we talked about like CEOs coming on and just like pumping up their stocks?
Yeah, they're like, no worries, everybody.
I mean,
we're only
chicken
losing
soup
5%
for the soul, guys.
Yeah.
Chicken soup for the soul CEO takes over. Like they ain't losing no 4% anymore.
No,
you
God. Yeah,
like
that's funny.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So letter A on the stock market.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you a buyer? I forgot to pull up the stock chart. Let's see.
Yeah, let's pull that up.
Let's see what the chart tells us.
Yeah.
Talk amongst yourselves.
What I'm very interested in pulling up after we pull up Agilent, we can make a decision about that. I'm curious about U.S. Steel. Obviously the time to buy was a long ass time ago for that one, but is that still doing really well? I thought we had that shit I don't know. I have no idea about the steel market.
You figure at this point in life we got steel figured out.
Yeah, I think we're getting that shit from China, aren't we? I don't know. Is U.S. Steel still doing well?
The biggest news with U.S. Steel was that they were going to be bought by Nippon Steel, Japanese Steel.
Yeah. That I believe.
And then I think Biden shut that down, man. It was I think it's because it's it has U.S. in the name, honestly. You can't buy our company named U.S. This is how people think, I think.
Yeah. So let's see the stock ticker with the Agilent.
They're up 0.5% today,
okay.
As is everything, except for that one that you found.
Really?
5 days up 7%. It was a week ago. If we'd have bought this a week ago, it would have been good timing.
Ooh.
A month ago, not so good.
Hey.
3 months.
Not too bad.
Hey, this is pretty awesome. 1 year up 28%. I would take that.
Yeah.
Well, let's go all time 300%, which, again, they're not going to show me how long all time was.
Yeah, because Yahoo Finance kind of sucks.
Yeah.
They can't seem to get it together. This will be our next little clip that'll really take off, is us being like, really fucking Yahoo, goddamn Yahoo,
Yeah, everybody on social on TikTok really is wicked into Yahoo Finance charts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't think that people would have such a reaction to me being I think that Smart Shuffle sucks, but people have a lot of opinions about that.
Well, yeah, we got one comment was I like Smart Shuffle. You guys, whatever, you suck. And I was like, my response was
suck?
Well, let me go find that one so I'm not talking out my...
Talking out of your ass.
I already responded to these, so...
if they said something about your Dawson's Creek haircut, I love it.
Again?
I don't know.
How many times can we cover this?
I was listening to something and they were... I was watching some murder show last night, and it took place in Dawson Springs, right? That's for real where this thing happened. So they mentioned Dawson Springs over and over, and I was even watching kind of with my eyes closed, but every time they said Dawson's, I would just start laughing because I would think about that comment. I don't know. I just love that.
I'm overdue for a haircut, and my next trip to the bar shop, I'm gonna be like, dude, make me look as Dawson's Creek as possible, please. All right, here are the feedback on our Spotify Smart Shuffle posting. So the first guy says Smart Shuffle's not even bad. Skull. And I said, based on the likes, it looks like you are outnumbered because we had 127 likes, far and away our best.
Yeah.
And he got 1 like for his. I should like him just out of sympathy, huh?
Yeah.
And then the other guy is like, I like Smart Shuffle. What? It's put me on so many good songs, and y'all are forced hating like a MF cry face shitty script. So I wrote, you think we would script something like this? Or something this shitty? Our scripted material is way shittier. So.
That's funny.
Kalen, were you too sick to have a scam of the week?
So I started on it, but I think I'll save it for next time. Like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good, because I have one.
Oh.
I have a scam of the week, not because I went out and got it. We're so good now. The scams come to us.
Oh.
Right? So
I guess I need to check our email more often.
Well, you need to read New York Times. No one emailed. Trust me, no one emailed us anything, much less a scam. Probably, but no. What you need to do is you need to read the New York Times a little more because about a week ago, this article came out.
I did see this. I know this scam. Go on. I almost did this last week.
$390,000 of British cheese, 22 metric tons.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, I have got to see.
Of a rare cheddar. 22 metric tons of a rare cheddar.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's rare. I mean, okay, so 22, I don't know metric tons exactly to pounds, but that's 44,000 pounds, 40,000 pounds. So it's about $10 a pound. So that's, yeah. But this was, by the way,
I read this and I didn't completely understand what happened. So I hope you can translate.
I don't think it's that complicated. It's not the most elegant scam. Basically, it's very simple. A customer, a wholesaler in France, calls Neil's Yard Dairy, which is apparently a pretty well-established dairy in England, and they order 22 metric tons of their fancy cheddar cheese. Neil's goes to their suppliers. They produce some of it themselves, but they also have suppliers, 3 or 4 of them, so they can complete this extra large order. They package it up. They send it. Nobody pays for it. They go to follow up with the buyers, and the buyers have disappeared off the face of the earth. So that's it. End of scam. Basically, people ordered something and then disappeared. Didn't pay for it and disappeared.
So I don't really get how it's a scam because the people who didn't get it, the people that bought the cheese or originally ordered the cheese, where'd the cheese go?
No, what they're gonna do is now they're gonna sell this cheese on the black market, which I guess.
So the people that ordered it did get it. They just didn't pay for it.
They shipped this cheese. Yes, they've got it. They did not pay for it. So
why are you shipping shit that hasn't been paid for?
Oh, this happens all the time in business. Like a lot of times,
that's dumb. I don't feel bad for you.
A lot of times, first time orders. I mean, this
you're
is
going
where
ahead and making this humongo order that you have to get extra people involved in. You got to go order from other suppliers for this person you've never heard of. It's such a big order. You're like, I can't handle all this shit, but let's get it going, everybody. All $30 million or whatever it was of cheese. And you're like, we don't need to verify your books or anything. We don't need any money in advance or anything. We're all set.
Run a FICO score.
Nothing. Yeah, apparently. Right. I don't know. Some people are asking to be scammed is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I guess so, including Neil's Dairy or whatever. Neil's Yard.
$300,000 worth of cheddar. You didn't think to check on this buyer? I mean.
Listen, Neil's Yard, Jerry. We got to do our homework just a little better.
Yeah, you need to verify.
Actually, It says in the article, they were really proud that France, known for fancy cheese, that this company in France was going to order, their fancy cheddar, the most British of all cheeses,
right,
to sell.
And so you got all in your ego, and you didn't bother to check to make sure these guys were going to pay for it. Okay.
Yeah. And they didn't learn from the sins of the past. So criminals have hit the dairy industry before. In 2015, Italian police arrested a gang accused of stealing about $875,000 worth of Parmigiano Reggiano.
And
then thieves in Wisconsin stole a trailer with $46,000 worth of cheese, and thieves made off with $23,000 worth of cheese in the Netherlands.
Okay, so pause. what the fuck do you do with $1 million worth of Parmigiano Reggiano? Like, I don't understand. Like, okay, when you're busted, okay, you got how many wheels of Parmigiano Reggiano in the back of your truck or whatever, and like, I mean, what are you doing with it? Like, how are you selling it? I don't know. Like, it's not like you can knock over I don't know. I just don't get how this turns into you making a bunch of money. Like, you're targeting the wrong industry. But I guess
pulling
these
up
fuckers
to the back door of every Italian restaurant
and
in
just being like
South Europe. Yeah.
with your
hey,
big
you
old
want
wheel.
You know, hey, I got a hell of a price on this wheel of Parmigiano. Actually, I know who did it. Red Lobster.
Red Lobster, motherfuckers.
Think about the cheddar they put in those biscuits, and they're on hard times, and they need a lot of motherfucking cheddar.
That's true.
And
biscuits. They want fancy fucking cheddar too. They don't care that they're paying shipping.
How fancy it is. It is Red Lobster. I didn't
well,
say.
I mean, are you talking about the people that bought it from the fuckers in France who ordered this shit from England? Like, are they like? Why are we kind of doing a roundabout thing to get this cheddar if we're Red Lobster?
I'm telling you, I'm thinking Red Lobster's behind this. I got it on.
Could be.
I got a good idea. Yeah. It might be them.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's just a lot of cheese. Like
it is in fact a lot of cheese. Well, I would love to see like somebody size for me what is 22 metric truck.
So if I buy a wheel of Parmesan that's like those are like this tall and they're big around, right? Those are expensive. I don't know how much they cost, but like that gang that got the $1 million almost in Italy of Parmigiano Reggiano, like how many wheels of Parmesan did they have to take? Like when I buy that at the store, if I go to my grocery store and I get like just a chunk off of the proper ones, like the fancy ones, that's like a $20 wedge, that I'll get. So it may not be that. I mean, it's still a lot to get up to $1 million.
It's been marked up several times by the time it gets to
right. But like, Kroger, I mean, are we filling up an 18-wheeler with wheels of cheese or?
With those kind of dollar figures, I would think so. I think you're hitting up. They've hijacked a tractor trailer, and maybe this cheddar is in at least it's in at least one of those box trucks or something full of cheddar or something.
Yeah.
That quantity must be like a. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of a random quantity, but maybe it's like that's the truckload quantity is 22 metric tons. I don't know. But anyway.
I don't know. I'd actually read that article, and I thought about doing that before I did the Vatican story. And I didn't tell it because I didn't understand how they got, like, what the scam was. So
it was the dumbest scam ever.
Yeah,
I order something and then I don't pay for it.
Right. I'm like, this is not a scam. I guess it is a scam, but, like, I mean, yeah.
We're going to have to figure out a definition of scam. But
it's not very clever. It's just people not paying for things they order, Like,
you're right. That's right. Like I said, this is not the most elegant.
This isn't criminal masterminds we're looking at here. Right.
I know.
Yeah.
But your commentary is spot on. Like, guys, first time buyer orders $400,000 worth of cheese. Like, run a credit check, okay?
Right.
Get some references, okay?
Yeah, just a little bit of background work. Like, I don't know.
How about a deposit? Or,
like
I gotta give me some money so I can go to my vendors and pay them for the.
Yeah, I can't even fulfill this order myself. I've got to get a bunch of other companies involved. That like, I don't know. Not.
Yeah. Wow, this was my list. I can't tell if you can see that or not.
Nope, can't see it at all.
I didn't think we would make it through the list, but we made it through every bit of it.
Oh, that's good.
This is the kind of in-depth, thorough work that we do for you, the listener.
That Robert does.
And then Kalen provides the biting commentary and also first date stories, no matter how many first dates she has to go on with a guy.
And I will go on more than one with the same dude for you guys, you listeners out there.
Just not on purpose. So.
No.
Yeah. Well, with that, now that we've established our bona fides, maybe you feel a little better about the world not maybe being so fucked up now that we're here.
We'll see how today turns out with
I can't wait. This is like my Super Bowl, sitting up and watching those. They come in and freaking George Stephanopoulos telling us how many how many different ways that Trump could take it if he wins Pennsylvania and Arizona, and, you know?
Yeah.
You know, the big New Jersey governor. I freaking love that guy talking.
Not as much as
my podcast.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because my podcast brain just doesn't work. I can't think of people, but anyway.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Whoever that hottie is that we like from North Dakota or South Dakota.
Oh, Doug Burgum.
Doug Burgum. Look out. I hope you have something to say today. Man,
wow.
Turn up the AC. It's too hot in here. Like,
did you hear you know the story about Trump? Like, there was 2 medical emergencies at one of his events. So he, for like the better part of 45 minutes. Yeah. So do you know who was on the stage with him? Was the Dakota governor that I was trying to think of when I came up with Doug Burgum, the North, whose name escapes me now, but Carrie something.
Yeah, the girl with the Pantene hair, like the Pantene commercial hair. Yeah.
Yeah, so she was standing up there with her beautiful hair, just looking like, what the hell is going on
and Trump's
here?
like,
I know, he's playing everything from Pavarotti to YMCA. It's like, Trump, what is on your playlist, brother, man?
Yeah.
Then he goes to where Arnold Palmer's born, and he talks about Arnold Palmer for 15 minutes and references the length of his penis. I'm like, my man. I'm like, this could be a president for the second time.
Yeah, 4 years of that.
Like, comedy gold. Comedy gold.
But I mean,
Stephen Colbert is saying his prayers that Trump gets elected again.
Yeah. But, you know, I mean, he's right, though. Like, Obama never did go to a Jubilee. Like,
a Boy Scout Jubilee?
Never.
No.
But Trump, he went. He went. And he was
like,
he's like, look at our economy. Like, we're doing a lot of exciting things in energy. Like,
exactly. To these Boy Scouts.
We're like,
do that, did he? This disastrous
that guy, I'm
policy.
I'm gonna fire him. He's gonna be out. If he doesn't fix the healthcare, Obamacare disaster. Yeah.
Where were the Boy Scouts from West Virginia? Hey. Beautiful country, beautiful. You're beautiful boys, I'm sure. That sounds a little. I don't think you'd say beautiful
like
boys.
a little.
Even Trump.
Yeah.
A little skeevy.
Yeah. But yeah.
All right, well, we got to go. We have got to take down the results of this election tonight.
I know.
What
wait.
should prove to be the most entertaining election night in our lives.
Yeah.
With that, I say we cue the music. You have been listening to Robert and Kalen Get Rich, a production of Get Rich Media. Thank you for listening today. If you've enjoyed what you've heard here, won't you like and subscribe and leave a comment and forward to your friends. Send us an email, robertandkalengetrich@gmail.com. Kalen is spelled Kalyn. You should know that. You are looking at the title of the show right now. So use your heads, for God's sakes. Somehow AI can't do that. They can't figure out that we say Kalyn, Kalyn over here.
They can't out the whole thing at all.
Yeah, it becomes Kalen, Kaelin, or Kate.
Every variety. It never wants to spell it right. Like, it'll spell it every other way under the sun. But
what do we tell them, Kalen?
Yeah, this is not financial or investment advice.
Kalen was like deer in the headlights with that. Was like, where are we going with the
I was
AI?
like, my name.
And then, what do I tell them?
That's the one thing you always team me up for, so that's that I was not coughing, at least.
Yes. Yeah, well, anyway, if you take away one thing from this, remember, not investing or financial advice.
Yeah.
I know it sounded like it throughout.
Right.
We are experts.
Except for you, Dippin Dots, we've got lots of advice for you.
Dippin Dots, call me, okay?
Yeah.
Talk to you later.
We're here for you.